Good morning, Geeks and Gamers, and happy July the 4th. And guess what? Star Wars is dead. You guys have a great day. We'll talk to you later. What's up, Ryan? How you doing?
That's it, huh?
That's pretty much like, we just start the show out every day, say Star Wars is dead.
I saw you posted the
Saga Ends.
Yeah, the Saga Ends music video from fucking forever ago.
Well, so last night, I told people about the RNC, you know, at Cobra Cast. I'd be at the RNC, and I didn't mention anything else. Whenever, you know, that's ready to announce, that's fine. But Jay was on, and Jay said, "You remember that USA video, the USA suit that you wore for the Fortnite video?" I'm like, "Well, fuck." He said, "You need to wear that." Now, and the whole chat was like, "What is he talking about? What is he talking about?" And so I played that video, the Fortnite thing we did. And everybody was freaking out. They're like, "How the fuck have we never seen this?" Blah blah blah. I was like, "Oh, you know."
Spoiler alert: nobody saw it.
Nobody saw it. Yeah, nobody saw it. So then I was like, "Yeah." I was like, "We've done a lot of things like that. Like, you know, they just." And I explained like the, you know, business decisions of like when I put that much time and effort and money into a project and it doesn't get the ROI. You know what I mean? Just we don't want to do more stuff like that because it's just like a money pit. And then I brought up the music video, the Saga Ends, and they were like. I said to my chat, I was like, "How many of you saw that?" There was like 3,000 people watching. "We haven't seen this." And so I played it. Everybody's like, "What the fuck? How have we never seen this?" And so I was like, I'll just put it on Twitter, you know, get some newfound traction for it. But there it is. So the Saga Ends.
That was so long ago. I feel like you put a lot of time, energy.
Oh my God. I went to LA 3 different times.
Yeah.
3 different trips to LA. Because we reshot the original music video that we did because we weren't happy with it. And then I spent time in Atlanta with Ivan to edit it. It was a lot, put a lot of time into it. I'm proud as hell of it, but it got like almost 200,000 views.
Yeah, it's just tough to justify something like that when you can just turn on the camera and bitch about lesbian Leslie Headland, Harvey Weinstein's former personal assistant, making a bad show for 5 minutes.
Yeah,
you know,
we wanted to do another one. Me and Alex wanted to do another one. We still might, but you know, so yeah, went to a trip down memory lane on that one. But it was cool. I enjoyed listening to it. I hadn't heard it in a long time, and it's still catchy as hell. So. Most of it's still true too. Although that was before episode 9.
It was before Skywalker.
Yeah, the whole plan was to release that, and then when we were writing the lyrics, it was always about like, well, let's end on a positive note because we know Rise of Skywalker is going to be shit, but we're going to end on a positive note, and then after Rise of Skywalker comes out and it's a pile of shit, we're going to make another one. So I'm like, hey, we were right. It was there. It was terrible, but we never got around to it. Yeah. But hello everyone, welcome in. Yeah, we've got a shocking, I know, Shill Media has a hit piece out on the Star Wars fandom because it's all of your fault. It's our fault. It's the fans' fault that Disney Star Wars sucks. Where have we heard that one? Haven't heard that one before, Ryan. This is a breaking new ground in the Shill Media.
Yeah,
Ryan's gone. Is Ryan
who
dead?
Would have possibly expected?
He's dead.
Mainstream media.
I might be running this one solo, boys. Guess we'll see. We'll give him a minute and see what happens. He is on that Spectrum internet. And as you guys remember, when I was on Spectrum in Orlando, Spectrum is the worst thing that's ever happened to the internet. All right? It's the worst. It's by far. It's the Carnival Cruise Line of the internet. All right? That's what it is.
All right. I don't know if he can.
You can hear him? I can't hear him.
Yeah, I'm fine. You're the one that's fucked up right now. Yeah, Jeremy is the problem, and all you guys know that. For some reason, Jeremy is really loud today.
Can nobody hear me? I hear you now. What the fuck?
I hear you.
Wow, you were gone.
I'm right here. I never left.
And my internet's perfect.
Yeah, my internet is fine as well. I've been able to hear you the entire time.
Wow.
They've been able to hear me the entire time. You just weren't able to hear me.
All right, so the reason I'm loud is because StreamYards is the gayest fucking thing on the internet. And when I run OBS, I have to change my audio settings. So now, hang on. Now I fixed it back. I don't know why shit is so stupid, but All right. So
You immediately got less.
You're back.
So that's good.
All right. I'm back and you're back. So, okay. I guess we'll fucking go.
I
was talking through it. You just disappeared. It was weird.
Like could you see me?
No, your screen was, you had a Black Lives Matter screen and the little circle.
It's very strange.
You had a Black Lives Matter circle.
You just started talking over me and interrupting me. I'm like, what the fuck is he doing? Like, I'm trying to say something, but you just kept talking. And now he froze for a second. But now you're back now. You're back now.
Jesus Christ. Well, it is. I will say I have bad storms here in the area, so I don't know if that has anything to do with it.
That might be it. That makes sense.
I have really bad storms in the area, so it could be me. Could be me.
Holy fuck says you are getting worse at streaming. Yes, we are getting worse as time goes on.
What do you expect?
Just like Disney Star Wars.
And the fact that Gary's in the fucking chat laughing about how terrible this stream is says a lot.
Jimmy the Kaz, member for 15 months. Hail 199. Thanks, Jimmy. Joey Bag of Donuts for 5. So you're gonna tell me you don't have no black cats, no Roman candles, no screaming memes? I don't have any fireworks. Like when you're in like a fucking city area, the idea of like lighting off fireworks not quite as appealing as doing it in your fucking backyard or in a field or some shit. But I used to go all out for 4th of July. Because where I lived, we had a shit ton of fireworks stores because we were right on the border with Michigan. And Michigan, you couldn't just go out and buy fireworks. So people would come across the border to Indiana, buy all their fucking fireworks, sign a form that says you won't light them off in any other state, and immediately drive back to Michigan to shoot that shit off.
Yeah, I used to enjoy going to this. There's this place in Orlando. It's called Disney, and really enjoyed going there for their fireworks. And now all their fireworks are diverse, and not really interested in doing that anymore now.
All the fireworks are black now. You can't even see them. They race swap the fireworks. They do. The thing is, they do fireworks at Disney every fucking night.
No, I know, but they do they used to do a special for July the 4th. It was fucking incredible. I don't know if they still do it or not, but
I'm sure they do something
at
more
Epcot.
Special, yeah.
At Epcot, they did a fireworks show at Epcot years ago that was just absolutely stupid. I mean, absolutely stupid in the best way possible. They went overboard.
Every night, Magic Kingdom at 8 o'clock, Epcot at 9, because I can fucking hear them. I can hear them. That's why I know. Fucking go off. Not like to the point where it's annoying or anything. I can just if I have like the TV muted or whatever, like I can hear them.
Mm-hmm.
Then Joey Bag of Donuts. YouTube won't let me send the rest because naughty words. I tried. Happy 4th, America. Fuck yeah. Thanks, Joey Bag of Donuts. Yes, it is July 4th. Celebrate your freedom and make sure to tell someone from the UK that they lost. It's very important that you do that today. Picasso, happy 4th, everyone. Keep your safe. I will. Eric July's fire detractor for 2, says Beep. Hello. Golden Nuggets for 5. Happy 4th. And also my late granddad's birthday would have been 82 today. Died January 2022. RIP. Well, RIP and happy birthday to your granddad. CJ for 10. Happy 4th of July. Trump 24. MAGA. Question. Why did racists forget to review bomb Empire Strikes Back? It had a strong woman and strong black character. I know, right?
There's a lot of movies they forget to review. I really don't understand that. I've been part of some of the meetings, and but I don't really remember how that one came up. Like, why do we not go review bomb all
Black
the movies?
Panther?
Yeah. Why is that not a thing?
Yeah,
I do know for a fact, like, we do give Denzel a pass. Like, that's part of the rule book. Like, you have to give Denzel a pass. You can't go after Denzel. He's 100% like off limits. You can't attack Denzel. But I don't really understand like other movies that we don't get to attack. I don't know. It's weird.
Yeah, I mean, I suggested that when we were having our meetings on, we use Telegram, right, to send these messages to each other, and we say, hey, we have to review bomb this today. And people are bringing up, well, what can't we do like Wakanda Forever? That's got a lot of fucking black people in it. Can we review bomb that? And they said, no, we can't. We have to wait for the Acolyte to come out. That's the important thing. He said, all right, we're saving all our bandwidth for the Acolyte.
Well, we were on a lot better communication level when Steve Bannon, Lynn Wood, and Sidney Powell were all like getting along. But when they had a big fallout on Telegram, it just communication really fell apart. Really sad.
It shattered our network.
We'll get it figured out. We'll get it figured out.
Darth Nutto for 2. Hey, Ryan, you Twilight simp. How am I a Twilight simp?
That's so Shad. That's Shad.
It is. It's because I know one thing about it. So people are like, well, you're a simp now. Darth Nutto for 2. Please shout out my daughter, Vanessa. Hey, shout out Vanessa. Mikey Gussler for 10. Seems like the Snyder Cut will get a worldwide release in theaters due to Fandango confirming it on their social media accounts. Definitely seen it on the biggest screen possible. We'll see how many theaters they release in or what's going on with that. That's kind of crazy all this time later. But I hope you have a good time, Mikey. Mike Hill for 5. Jedi are now considered racist since being called Sith is now a derogatory slur. It's so retarded in some of these fucking articles that come out. And that was one. The idea that Sith is actually a slur that Jedi use towards their enemies, and that's how it became a thing, which is just maybe that is what'll happen in the Star Wars universe now. I don't know. This is Disney Star Wars, so that actually could be a thing that happens. When in reality it was very well established. Sith were actually a species at one point in time in galactic history, but go ahead.
I just don't. I don't think we can fully grasp how dumb things are going to get within Disney Star Wars. I can't believe we're in 2024 and we're still talking about how dumb this shit is and how Collider's writing hit piece articles on the fans again. Like, you would think that article was a satirical article written by one of us about how the shield media actually attacks the fan base, but no, it's not. It's actually written by them. Once again, it's amazing. It really is.
Yeah, it's like a Babylon Bee article, right? Like, the biggest problem are the people that pay for what you give. Like, the consumers are the biggest problem with Star Wars. But that's where it is.
Hey, real quick, next review bombing is Agatha, guys. Email just went out. All right, I'll check the email from is Steve still sending them? I mean, he's in jail right now, so I don't know if Steve Bannon's still sending out the emails.
I don't know.
He's behind all of it.
Trump leaked it in a video, I think, on the golf course. But this article from Collider. Star Wars' biggest problem is the fans. Look at all these diverse. I like how they couldn't even be bothered to get more hands. They just fucking mirrored it. Right? They just fucking mirrored the hand to show them pointing from both directions. Star Wars projects have been facing relentless online hate and criticism, impacting performers and creators. Modern Star Wars projects have expanded the universe with diverse representation, but also weathered backlash in the process. The future of Star Wars should be focused on representation and inclusivity, overcoming toxic elements in the fandom. The future of Star Wars should be focused on entertaining people, regardless of who the people are on screen or off. That should be the only focus for them. The idea of it should be focused on representation and inclusivity is like the most retarded thing I could possibly imagine. Any entertainment property should focus on entertainment first and foremost. And by turning Star Wars into this, essentially this world that you can come into and put your modern day identity politics into it from whatever experiences you have as an unfuckable lesbian, as someone that had a fallout with her sister and they didn't talk for years. And you can just make this into a big virtue signal for your entire life as you led, unassuming women to Harvey Weinstein's hot tub so they could get fucked in the ass by that fucking freak. Like, this is what Star Wars is now. And the media will defend them relentlessly.
Yeah, I mean, I don't even know who this person is, and it feels so specific, and the timing is so interesting. Of like, okay, we've got 2 episodes left, and you have to wonder if anybody at Lucasfilm is actually behind like these types of articles going out too, like, because it's true, like they do hate the fan base. Like, this is not something we come up with for thumbnails and videos. Like, it is true that Lucasfilm hates the fans. They truly do. And that's almost a top to bottom thing at this point in time. I do know that years ago, there were people at Lucasfilm that actually were really big fans of what, we were doing on the YouTube side. A lot of us, I don't know of anybody I'm not saying they don't exist. I'm saying I don't hear from anyone anymore. I don't hear from anyone. It just feels like they truly despise the fandom at their core, and they're just doing the work of the studio without the studio being directly blamed for it, because they this is their only excuses. Well, it has to be the toxic fans. There's no way we put out a bad show. It's like, no, you did put out a bad show. The fans are here to give you feedback. That's really all the fans are here to do, is give you feedback. You don't have to listen to every single thing the fans say. You don't have to do everything the fans want you to do. But taking that feedback into account is a crucial thing for a thriving franchise that's built off of fandom. And they just don't do it.
And this is not, oh, it's just a small group. That's not what this is. And the idea of comparing it to other Star Wars projects that we've seen, nothing has come close to what we're witnessing for the Acolyte, right? Not even like The Last Jedi, as divisive as that was, you're talking about closer to half of people hating it and half of people liking it. This is not that. The Acolyte is not that. This is overwhelming rejection from this thing. And it's not just the identity politics or the agenda. It's everything when it comes to this show. It's the dialogue, it's the pacing, it's the characters' motivations or lack thereof to explain any fucking reason. It's ignoring canon or creating your own new shit because of whatever you want to at that given time. There are so many problems with this show that the idea of representation and inclusivity, that's like, at this point, that is like the 5th, 6th, 7th most talked about thing when it comes to this series. But it will not stop places like Collider. And you can immediately tell where this, I don't know who this person is either, Cameron Bennett, but you can immediately tell what their frame of mind is from this first paragraph. The internet has never made it easy for people to speak their minds.
Jesus Christ.
That's your first sentence. The internet made that so easy to fucking do.
Yes.
Now, one thing that happens on the internet, just like in real life, if you say something, people are going to respond to you. The internet has made that significantly easier for fucking freaks and weirdos like you to speak your mind. But as a result, you might have to put up with some people speaking their mind back to you. That's how it works. Convenience of digital connection aside, there have always been online trolls and toxic comments ready to pounce on anyone who dares to bear their authentic self in public life. This dude's definitely gay or trans. There's no fucking way. And the newest round of controversies and unfounded criticisms directed at Star Wars projects demonstrates that the beloved sci-fi franchise is no different. For decades, viewers have been relentlessly attacking Star Wars performers and creators. And of course, they bring up the unacceptable abuse that Star Wars prequel era actors like Ahmad Best received from fans in the late 90s and early 2000s.
That was from the media.
Oh, that's right. That was from the media, wasn't it? What about Jake Lloyd? Jake Lloyd was attacked by the fans, right?
Yeah, big attack from the fan base. Oh wait, no, that was the media as well
too. That's weird. That's weird how all these things work. How these stories you continue to repeat and hope that people buy into the lie that happened decades ago. That's the point. That's what you're trying to push forward here.
Yeah, Ahmed Best has even talked about how the media coverage is what got to him. He has talked about that.
He said the media coverage of his character almost drove him to kill himself.
Yeah.
The media, these people with their diverse finger pointing, right? These people in the media are the ones that did that to Ahmad Best.
Yep.
Not the fans.
It's on record. He said it. But again, as I said, that people, when you talk about the people that write this article, the type of people that write this article, everyone's race and gender is only there for their narrative. If they can build a race and gender, or if they can build a narrative around it, they will. So for instance, what is the source of why Kelly Marie Tran faced any criticism? What is the source? The source is a white male that literally made her intentionally unattractive and unlikable in the role of Rose Tico, named Ryan Johnson. Kelly Marie Tran, if you've seen any interview with her,
she's bubbly.
She's
nice.
A sweetheart. Yeah. She's a sweetheart. She's got a ton of energy. She's got a great personality, and they made her an unlikable They put her in a potato sack and made her an unlikable character with terrible dialogue. That's Rian Johnson's fault. Well, why are we attacking the white male for that one? Well, because that white male works into their narrative, so they have to blame somebody else for it. Race and gender only exist for chess pieces in their game of social justice. That's it.
And really, no one, probably like a handful, right? But no one in the general scheme of things was actually attacking Kelly Marie Tran for that. And even the alleged, look at these Instagram comments. There's like 2 Instagram comments that say, wow, I hate your fucking character. Like, are there people that sometimes go too far associated with a character or whatever? Like the actor who plays Kristen Cole in House of the Dragon privated his Instagram just because everybody was coming on there and say, your character is the worst. I hate Kristen Cole and shit like that. But in terms of attacking Kelly Marie Tran, we didn't really see any evidence of that at all. Nope. According to her, the pressure she felt from being in Hollywood, being in the spotlight, that's one of the reasons she took a step back from social media. Same thing with Daisy Ridley. The reason Daisy Ridley left social media for a while was because she had a bad take about gun control. It didn't have anything to do with Star Wars. She had a bad take about gun control as someone in the UK talking about gun control in the United States. And she got criticized for that. And she decided, well, maybe I need to step away from this. But when it comes to Star Wars fans, she's never had anything, according to her, she's only had positive interactions with fans. Mm-hmm. So this is a lie that continues to get spewed by people with this agenda, that it couldn't possibly be that Leslie Headland made a bad Star Wars show. The problem must be the fans. And unfortunately for Collider, as Gary said, the fans are now your biggest problem, and that's a good thing.
That's right.
They turned off replies to their Twitter post. Yep. Now, thankfully, maybe they were so embarrassed they had to turn them back on, but they have turned them back on, and it is getting absolutely annihilated.
How many likes does it have right now?
138 or 136.
Jeez. What?
700 comments.
That's a bad ratio, dude. Holy crap.
Like, especially when they protected it for hours.
Yeah, exactly. No interaction whatsoever. How many followers does Collider have? A couple 100,000?
154,000.
154,000 and 150 or 130? Is that it? 136 likes? Good Lord, man.
It's got 136,000 views, though, which means 1% of people that saw it liked it.
Well, there you go. I guess they're proud of those demographics there. But yeah, ultimately, this is look, Collider. I don't even know who owns. They said it in the article because I read the article, but I guess they're the same company that owns like Screen Rant and all of that owns Collider, and that's what's weird about it. Like Collider was so you had AMC Movie Talk, and then Collider merged or bought out that show. And then they created Collider Movie Talk, and that was kind of the center point of all the movie talk on the internet at that point in time. You had Campia running it, you had Jeremy Johns, John Schnepp, you had the Schmoes on there, you had like a lot of really interesting like personalities that made up that show. And as somebody used to watch that, it's not a meme. It all changed. It all changed in 2016. That's when it changed. Watched it happen. And then, of course, really, it all broke for The Last Jedi. You know, that's really, that was the real point where it broke. But you started to see the attacks on, like, I can't believe 50% of this country's racist. And like, it was all like, why are we talking about politics on a fucking movie talk show? What the fuck's going on around here? Who cares? You know what I mean? Like, this moment transcends movies. Something terrible happened in America. Like, what? I'm here to hear about Batman and Superman. I don't want to hear about politics. But that's really what changed a lot of it right then and there. And now, then you had Mark Fernandez purchased Collider, and he made a lot of bad decisions. Then you've had then he sold it, and now they're owned by the same company that has like Screen Rant and all these other sites. So it's a fall far from it's a fall from grace that's truly astonishing when you think about it.
It's pretty bad. It's pretty bad. Let's see. Over on Rumble, we got B. Barrett for 2. Today we celebrate our Independence Day. It is. It's hard to believe it's fucking July 4th already. The year is half over.
I know.
Doesn't seem right.
Time flies.
Go ahead.
Time flies.
When you're having fun. Yeah.
Yeah. When you're playing Fortnite all the time.
I always have fun.
By the way, tonight I am doing a stream, a super chat square up from Tuesday, from Tuesday's main event. So I'll be live here on this channel. I don't know exactly what time yet, but I know Beardo's going to be with me, and I might have a couple other people pop in from Tuesday's main event. So we'll just be hanging out, and it'll be fun.
Mr. Dangs says Hail 199 for a member for 12 months. It's 1 year, sir. Thank you. Vault 95 survivor for $1 on Rumble. Happy Independence Day. Saw a couple English women wearing American flag bikinis. Guess they wanted a day off of work too. But they just know who the real winners are. Cap and Cheese for $1 on Rumble. Never forget when Collider shielded so hard for Disney Star Wars, it caused Christian Harloff to melt down on air for not getting invited to Galaxy's Edge.
I remember.
Now they make Jeremy level clickbait articles.
That's right.
That was so fucking crazy.
Yeah, I mean, when he said that, it was such a bad look. I don't know Christian per se. I've met him. He's been nice to me. He complimented me on Geeks and Gamers one time on a stream when John Campia literally would not even mention my name. You could tell John was just like, God, John just was so mad that I'd sent a super chat congratulating both of them. And Christian was super nice. I've been watching Harloff for a long time. Harloff is he was anyway. He was a legitimate Star Wars fan. Like for all those years.
Ass off, man.
But
busting my ass as a Star Wars fan.
I feel like that comment that he made, it kind of showed you what Disney did to the Star Wars fandom. It kind of put it all in perspective right there. You had a guy who genuinely loved Star Wars, who was into Star Wars, who was into the lore, who was into all the stuff going on with it. And Disney, because he worked for the media, Disney had changed the game so much and it really did show you a lot of the insight into where it turned into where you know, to actually to have any kind of connection, you have to actually work for it and shill for it. And I think that put it all into perspective right there.
I'm glad I never watched those guys. Like, just never got into that side of YouTube or anything. So
yeah, it was like SportsCenter for movies, man. It was good. It was great when it was before TDS broke the world. It was great. It was really good discussions. You got good information, and you had a rundown of topics every day, just like SportsCenter. But it's just like anything else. Like look what ESPN's turned into. You know what I mean? That's what happened with them on a smaller scale, obviously, but much similar in terms of, remember me and you, we could have watched SportsCenter back in the day. You turned SportsCenter on, you just left it on repeat all day long to hear what's going on in sports.
I watched the same damn SportsCenter 4 times a day.
That's what I would do all fucking day with SportsCenter, just watch it. And it was just background noise. You know what I mean? It just was cool. And I'd hear the same sports highlights over and over again. I can't even stomach ESPN now. Can't even deal with them. Sad reality of where we are.
JR Cardenas for 199. Get mortared. Semper Yut. 0811 here. Salute, Ryan. Hey, salute, JR. DL for 20. You guys want to start a daycare for bad parents? Want to start playing Elden Ring? There might be a lot of cash in that racket.
That's pretty funny.
Like, I mean, I do feel like I don't think that children should have anything to do with that being considered a disability for gamers. I think that's wild. The true disability is being a woman, like in general. That should have been what that video was about, and I think it would have got received a lot better.
She made a follow-up. to it.
What did she say?
I ended up more confused after her follow-up. Because
probably good, like if you actually do have a genuinely bad take and you come out to clarify, you're not flip-flopping, you're not doubling down, you're just confusing the fuck out of everybody so they can't have like a genuine take on it.
Like the whole thing was like to elaborate on this disability accessibility bullshit in the video games, and then like at one point in the video she's talking about how something to do with like, I don't know. She was all over the place. But at one point she talked about how something to do with her and how she has trouble playing games now. And she goes, and that's, a disability, but I don't like referring to it as a disability. But people around me think that I am, not fully embracing disability, which will then make other people not want to embrace their disability. I'm like, what the fuck are we talking about? Like, it's this, the whole problem. And she did not make up that term. That is an industry term. That's Microsoft has their language of inclusivity. And yes, being a parent is listed on their document as a temporary disability as a gamer. If you're a parent, that's how they list it. It's all part of this leftist mindset of like, we all have disabilities and we should embrace them and celebrate our disability. It's the stupidest shit ever. Like, I don't understand it. Like, so what happens if I'm like playing a video game by the logic that they're using, okay? By the logic that they're using, okay? Elden Ring has no pause button. I'm playing the video game and I have to take a shit. Is that a temporary disability suddenly because I have to take a shit and I can't play my game anymore?
Only if you have IBS and it's like really bad, right?
It's so stupid. You know what I mean? Like, what are we talking about? It's so dumb. So referring to children as a disability in any capacity is never a good thing. All right. It just isn't. It's such a dumb take.
Ryan Bannon for Canadian 50. Do you guys think the Michael Giordano Disney tapes will ever get traction mainstream media? I mean, not ABC, obviously, but the guy admitted to violating the Civil Rights Act. Is there any hope? How do we deal with this? We need a lawyer. Well, I don't need a lawyer, but I think that mainstream, like beyond places like Fox News or something, not really. Like the idea of CNN or fucking CBS News or anything like that picking up stuff like that, probably not. We'll see what else comes out, though.
There was another tape that came out yesterday. I meant to do a reaction to it. I haven't gotten around to it yet. Have you seen the most recent one that came out? I haven't watched
the most recent one, no.
Yeah, the most recent one came out. I saw people were talking about it, so I'm looking forward to seeing, how that one goes. But I don't know. Yeah, we definitely, for that question specifically, you're definitely going to need a lawyer for that one because that's out of my league right there.
The Ministry of Wrong Thing for 5. The Stranger has an ore vein of cortosis in his cave. That means he showed May 2 of his main veins. This romance novel is hot. Hail the Sithas. They definitely are. It's crazy how short these episodes are and how effectively nothing happens.
Nothing.
They try to like fast forward any type of like development. The idea that all it took for OSHA was like 20 minutes on this island with this naked dude who she had just seen kill these people she considered her friends, and she's basically well on the path to becoming a Sith is insane.
It's the dumbest thing ever.
They are doing like an enemies to lovers type of thing. Like, yep. Clearly, blatantly. But it's so fast forward. It's so stupid and silly.
I saw people trying to argue, like, it's because people like, obviously me and I'm sure others complained about the OnlyFans nature of this episode. The 50 Shades of Jedi is what I called it. And people are like, oh, you didn't have a problem when they showed Luke with his shirt off and, or Leia in a bikini. Like, it's all part of the fucking story.
I don't have like a massive problem with it, really. And when you are talking about from a Sith perspective, they are the inverse of the Jedi. They embrace fucking passions and shit like that, right? So the idea that a Sith would use that to try to seduce somebody or to try to convince somebody or whatever, I don't have as much of a problem as that. And it's not like they were showing anything graphic. It was literally just him like naked walking in. Obviously showing off his like
I thought
physique,
it was
I guess
overly creepy.
It was
overly creepy.
The problem was it just took so long. I did think it was funny how they very intentionally had a shot of OSHA like holding the lightsaber and then looking down at his dick and then like looking back. Like very obviously they showed that.
Yes, that was very obvious. But the whole thing was, the problem I have with it is it was creepy. It did come off as creepy and uncomfortable.
They're trying to do a whole like this is Leslie Headland, who's a big fan of The Last Jedi, trying to replicate the same type of weird relationship that these Kylo and Rey people, these shippers, that they wanted. This person who had just done some really horrific shit in front of her, killed people that she was close to, and is now trying to manipulate her, and there's some weird romantic type of feel between them. That's 100% what she's doing with this.
Welcome to Disney Star Wars, ladies and gentlemen. This is where we are, where you're trying to copy fucking Raylo fan fiction to tell a story. God, Raylos are fucked up and weird. That's just the truth of it. I'm never changing that stance. Raylos are fucked up and weird.
Raylos are weird. McCock, I am a real American. Fight for the rights of every man. Oh, I am a real American. Fight for the rights of every man. I am a real American, and fight for what's right. Fight for your life.
Hulk Hogan, baby. You remember when Lex Luger saved the USA from Yokozuna? Remember that? Body slammed him. Body slammed Yokozuna. It was awesome. Showed up in the helicopter. He had the American flag, button-up shirt on, comes walking up there, saved America from Yokozuna. It's glorious.
Golden Nuggets for 2. Breets. Ew. Anyway, Lizzo bikini pics win. Next season of Mandalorian.
Yeah.
Joey Bag of Donuts. Have you guys never seen Joe Dirt? Oh, it has. It's been a long fucking time since I saw Joe Dirt. You lack credibility. Hail, boys.
Hail.
You, Joey.
Yeah.
John Vigna. What did colonists wear to the Boston Tea Party? T-shirts. Thank you, John. I hope Chrissy uses that one tomorrow. The Singing Tigs for 2. This 4th. Keep the phallic objects to a minimum, Jeremy.
I'll try.
DL for 20. Watch out for those Uncle Tom House Siths. Can't be trusted any more than a sand Sith. You dig? Thank you, DL. John Vigna for 199. Most popular dance in 1776. Independence. I have credibility. Or sorry, credibility.
It's Jay said this yesterday. That word, and fuck it's a J meme. Everything's a fucking J meme. Yeah.
For $2, I've corrected my pick, Jeremy.
There we go. See, you blamed me for it yesterday. Then you had to correct yourself because it wasn't me that said it. I say a lot of dumb shit, okay, but Jay says far more dumb shit than I do.
The Wolf from Heart for 199. Happy 4th. Liberate Dave Filoni's dog. It's over for him. Is that Jessica Alba?
No, I don't think so. It's not Jessica. Maybe Megan Fox. It's not Jessica Alba. By the way, I'm just gonna say it. Jessica Alba was always hotter than Megan Fox. Okay.
And she still looks really good.
She was always hotter. Even at Megan Fox's peak, Jessica Alba was hotter.
Elite Neo for $50. Happy 4th, everyone. Listening as I drive out to exit 53 Wilcox Road. Jeremy knows what I mean. Let's see. Speaking of Alana Pierce, she dropped another video to explain herself since, quote, some facets of the internet are extremely upset with her. LMAO.
Yeah, I did. I checked it out last night. I was thinking about, I was like, I wanted to watch like the first few minutes. I was like, I might react to this video. And then the more I watched the video, I was just like, this is fucking stupid. Like her whole, I didn't even feel like I could add value to like her reaction or with my reaction to it, because it's just a dumb response. Again, I've never been the biggest fan of Alana Pierce. She was around for the IGN. She was like the resident IGN hot girl for a little while, and then she left IGN, and I think that's when she went to work for Sony or Santa Monica Studios. She worked on God of War Ragnarok.
God of War Ragnarok, yeah.
She's obviously got a big YouTube channel. She's just got she's just a leftist. I mean, it's who she is. And she has this attitude of like, she has this smug attitude where she talks to people like she knows she's better than them. Like that's just how she approaches things. Her whole response yesterday was that type of response where it's like, I'm just smarter than you and I'm just talking down to you because I know more than you. That's her attitude.
Well, I can sympathize with that. Bronzonite for $1. Beardo's a permanent disability. Bless his heart.
I've heard Beverly Hills Cop 4 is good, Tony. I want to check it out. I
know there's some big super promo for it on Netflix. Like when you open Netflix, they were like desperately, they really wanted you to know that it's out.
Listen, I enjoyed 3. Okay. I know it's not good, but I enjoyed 3. 2 is, I'd have to watch them again. It's been a long fucking time, but 2 was the king though. When I remember watching them back in the day, 2 was always my favorite.
Ministry of Wrong Thing for 5. The only bad actors affecting the review score are Amandla and Jedi Master Nepo. Bro, the Master Vernestra Rose stuff, they really want you to think that she's the fucking Sith.
Which is exactly why she is.
And maybe she is. Maybe she was his Jedi Master, and things went really badly. I think there's potential for that as well.
So do you not think that she is or isn't?
I think she obviously like knows some more shit that's going on. I think that she was his master when he was a Jedi or something. That's my guess right now, because I just if I didn't know all this other shit about her character in Disney Star Wars, I would say yeah, she's the Sith. But just do
they know anything about her character in Disney Star Wars?
Well, they included her. Like this is like an original. It's not like an original character. It's included from the High Republic books. So like not necessarily, but I don't know. I would just be a little bit. It would be kind of crazy to me if that happened. Now it wouldn't be like crazy to me if she had something that went wrong with a student or whatever, you know. Because it did feel to me like they were trying to indicate that the marks on his fucking back were from a light whip.
And then she uses her light
she
whip.
very much shows.
Yep.
But I don't. But he also said, when were you a Jedi? It was a long time ago. And the guy looks like fucking like he's 33 or something. How long could it have been? I don't know.
Well, and what we've understood though is they have no ability to misdirect the audience. They have no ability whatsoever to misdirect. We saw that with Smilo Ren because it was obvious, and people I get it. People are like, it's so obvious that it's probably not him. It's like, no, that's the thing is it is him because they don't know how to actually tell a story. They just don't understand.
Well, and because they don't know how to tell a story, we've gotten this reaction from the fan base. Basically, from the moment the Acolyte came out, it got absolutely blistered by fans. And really, as it went on, episode 3, episode 4, it just continued to get worse. Now, I don't think it's going to go any lower than 14%. It's sitting there at 14% on Rotten Tomatoes. And we immediately saw the reaction from the media blaming review bombing. Anytime that fans disagree with the woke shill critics, it's called review bombing. Never the other way around. It couldn't possibly be that maybe the reason that the activists, that the people that are critics, maybe the reason they're giving this a good score is 1, to keep their access, and 2, because it aligns with their way of thought, with their idea of what should be inserted into entertainment. But the vast majority of fans hate this thing. I guess it's not a surprise that Leslie Headland is also speaking out and effectively saying, well, of course, we knew this would happen. It's sad, but it's to be expected by the Star Wars fan base. The Acolyte showrunner speaks out on the Star Wars show's review bombing. Leslie Headland, showrunner of Star Wars The Acolyte, has spoken out about the review bombing campaign against her Star Wars TV show. She thankfully seems to be in good spirits. The Acolyte struck a nerve amongst certain audiences well before it even premiered, which made The Acolyte a target of review bombing on sites like Rotten Tomatoes and Metacritic. Now, the Star Wars TV show sitting at 14% on Rotten Tomatoes, and Headland has finally gotten to speak her piece. When prompted by Collider, Headland is given a chance to respond to this phenomenon, which she insists was expected. Headland shares the truth that, quote, if you're in the Star Wars fandom, I think you already know what review bombing is. And it's not that it isn't concerning, but I think it's pretty expected. And they talk about like Revenge of the Sith, which I don't know what you're talking about when it comes to Revenge of the Sith. I do know that like 14 years ago, there was a glitch on Rotten Tomatoes where 32 million people reviewed Revenge of the Sith. Like, so like that obviously didn't actually happen. And they like got that reverted to what it was originally. I think it was just like a behind the scenes glitch, but it's just so weird that they continue to do this. And you know what? Was it expected? Yes, because they set it up from the beginning. They knew that they were putting out dog shit. Leslie Headland blamed fans preemptively. Kathleen Kennedy blamed fans preemptively. They knew they had a massive pile of shit on their hands. And now they've been doing everything they can. Instead of taking the blame for themselves, they want to push it back on the fan base.
Yeah, where was, again, I asked the question, where was this review bombing from Mandalorian season 1 and season 2? Where was the review bombing? No one has an answer for that. People liked it. People can say that you had problems with. I'm not asking about individual opinions. I'm talking about the masses that voted 92%, 91%, whatever the fuck it is for those 2 seasons. And then season 3 suddenly has a 51%. So did season 3 get review bombed? Was there a review bombing campaign for season 3? And if there was, why was there a review bombing campaign for season 3? It makes no sense. And they're never going to put anybody like us in the room with these clowns to actually ask those questions because they can't answer these questions. It's all bullshit. I bring up the second Shaft film with Samuel L. Jackson from 2019. Why does that have a 94%? It's an all black cast with a black director. Why does that have a 94% from the fans and a 30-something% from the audience? From the critics. 34 from critics, 94 from fans. Did the critics review bomb Shaft because
they hate black people?
Because obviously. They can't stand black people in it. And it's just nonsense. And I no one has a problem with different stories and different perspectives on things. They have a problem when you, Hollywood, are constantly telling us that you have to check off social justice checkmark boxes, and that inherently ruins the story because you're proving that you're not worried about the story first. You're worried about the agenda first. It's so stupid. And you have all these people that I can't say the word that I would like to call them, asking questions that will not actually call them out. So when Leslie Headland is sitting there talking about review bombing, I think the logical question would be, well, where was the review bombing for Black Panther? Where was the review bombing for Mandalorian?
Well, it's because she's talking to Collider, where they're like, right. Oh my God, I love what you did. I think it's so great that we finally have queer-coded characters so openly in Star Wars. Can you tell us a little bit about how you liked to scissor people when you were younger and why that really made you think that you should put this in Star Wars? Like, that's the type of interviewers that they have for these things. And you know what? Those are the only type of interviews that Disney or Lucasfilm would allow to talk to these people. That's why you get black nerds of color or like lady black gamers, like these type of like small, like 800 subscriber YouTube channels or something that end up getting access to this type of shit in all of the, with all the interviews and cast things that they did leading up to the Acolyte. They don't have people with massive platforms if they think they're going to hold them accountable or ask them tough questions. They just don't.
Yeah.
And the people that are there that might be in the middle somewhere, they're too scared to rock the boat and get their credentials pulled that they want to actually ask a question like that.
Yeah, because like we have accepted that we are never going to get any, real like access. And I'm fine with that. I don't need access. I don't want access. I don't want to see films early. And all of that. It's not what I want. I just want shit to be good and entertaining so we can enjoy it. That's it. Like, and that's exactly the type of fan that they hate. They want people that need to be in the inner circle. We need to be included. We need to have access to show how cool we are so we can post on our Instagram and make people think that we're a big deal. That's the type of people they're looking for. I don't give a shit about all that. Like the idea of it was cool a long time ago whenever shit wasn't so watered down watered down with identity politics. But I don't care about any of that. And I think most people that I'm connected to don't really care about that. I'd say 10 years ago, we probably would have all thought it would be cool to be connected to Lucasfilm. You know what I mean? But not now. Nobody gives a shit about that.
I don't want some fucking tour with Dave Filoni. Fuck that. God, imagine, bro, imagine if I went on that tour with all like the Star Wars YouTubers with Leslie Headland and Dave Filoni in a room. I would be so fucking annoyed, and everybody would be annoyed with me too.
I can't confirm if this is 100% real, but it was sent to me. But speaking of someone that does have direct access to Lucasfilm, but I'm blocked on Twitter, so I can't actually confirm if this is real. But look at this. That's a Star Wars Explained. This old lady. Got a few things I have to get done today. Plus, not really feeling like celebrating this particular holiday. That's the type of mindset that Lucasfilm. That's the type of shill right there that Lucasfilm's looking for right there. Not really interested in celebrating this particular holiday.
Did she put anything out for Juneteenth?
God, I fucking hate Disney Star Wars.
Justin Martins for 5. Jeremy, favorite Undertaker or Kane entrance music version / era?
So when I was the biggest fan of The Undertaker, it was when he first came onto the scene, when he was very mysterious. But I don't remember the year of when they added the kind of the riffs to his song, but I'd have to look. I would say probably like right after his American Badass run, when he kind of went back to the OG Undertaker, when they added that theme to it, that would be my favorite theme after the American Badass. I'm not a big fan of the American Badass Undertaker. It was fine, but it really broke character for me. So it was after the American Badass phase he went through.
Ministry of Wrong Thing for 20. Even women on Twitch are now hidden or banned for implied nudity for child safety. But implied nudity in Star Wars, made for 12-year-olds, is fine. Hell, throw in a dick glance. Episode 6 being named Teach/Corrupt is on brand. That's really the more funny thing is you have these, the Disney Star Wars degenerates, the ones with trans flags and pronouns in their bios, like all that shit. They are so excited for like horny Star Wars while trying to combat anyone that like has a critical eye on it. It's made for kids. That's like the real hypocrisy of the entire thing. I don't mind a show like when you actually are showing like dark side Force users and Sith that are taught to like embrace their passions. I don't mind the idea of that being something that they would use to try to convince somebody to come over on their side, especially there was a couple things where they almost got to interesting conversations between Osha and Chimere. You know, the idea of somebody who does have this like capacity for love and it's constantly being rejected by all these people in the Jedi Order that because she couldn't get as close to them as like she would want to. Like that idea of pushing somebody like that to the edge by offering that thing that they've always wanted to give but never had anyone that could reciprocate. Like there are some interesting ideas there, but anytime they get close to an interesting part of the conversation, the scene ends or somebody just walks away slowly. So, Do Guy for 199. In 2016, Ryan stopped being gay. I couldn't do it once Trump took office, you know. Operation Outstanding in Field 199. Will you make a poll in chat? Fireworks or parade?
Fireworks or parade? I can do that.
Which do you like more on 4th of July? Or?
Wow, am I signed into Geeks and Gamers?
Honestly, fuck parades. I'm so sick of them. Like, would just stand in one place and watch a bunch of people really slowly cruise by you and throw you fucking penny candies. I'm good. Leave your fucking Smarties. Stop throwing them out there. No one fucking
Smarties. Smarties are awesome, though.
That's a poor people thing, man.
Smarties are fucking badass. Grew up in Alabama. Of course I like Smarties. It's what they fucking fed me as a fucking kid. SpaghettiOs and Smarties.
I know. That's why I said it's a fucking poor person thing. And it's so people that have like fucking meth heads and crackheads as moms and dads in their trailers, they can fucking crush up their Smarties and snort them and pretend they're fucking druggies too. Aurora Uplinks. Remember, for 9 months, the Acolyte should have focused each episode on one Jedi, shown their history, followed by adventures that show their interests, concerns, and abilities. That doesn't sound like that sounds like a completely different concept for a show altogether. I don't think you could call it the Acolyte, but
I don't really appreciate your disrespect of Smarties. I'm just gonna be honest with you.
I don't really. What
the fuck do you have against Smarties, bro?
Why would you eat that if there was anything else available?
Dude, because they're awesome.
Because there wasn't anything else available. Because for poor people, that's why.
I mean, you're not wrong, but that's all.
Yeah.
SpaghettiOs and Smarties. That's what I had for dinner as a kid.
Tommy Doyle, the Show Slayer. I got blocked by Alana Pierce today. The 199. Young for 5. Remember, with regards to the coprolite, you can't have the power of many without a man. And happy Treason Day, you ungrateful colonials. You're damn right. Philip Butler for 199. A cable sub, a $2,000 contribution to DNC and World Economic Forum.
What?
A cable sub, a $2,000 contribution to the DNC and WEF.
Thank you.
Thank you, Philip. Shark dentures for 2. And when everyone has a disability, no one does. It's true.
It is true.
Enricon for 5. What happened to the dog? I last saw in Chris's room in the content house. I don't fucking know.
Oh, the dog? Yeah, we got it.
Andrew CR for 2,500. The Acolyte Riders must be gamers then. They're clearly disabled. They are. DL for 20. I've seen more realistic romance development with better pacing in movies on the hub. You're not wrong about that. Health Minister of Belgium. My 2 favorite holidays, January 6th and July 4th. Happy 4th. Thank you, fat Prime Minister. Animated Andy for 15. TDS did not break the world. It exposed the mindset of lies, fakery, evil of some humans on this planet. Also enjoy the last of Joe B's 4th of July. One last chance to save it all in November. Yeah, Animating Andy. Pre-dawn course for 10.
Just so everybody knows, yes, the dog is with my my parents. So the dog Luffy is doing well. So sorry, I was doing multiple things when that happened.
Oh,
but
I legitimately had no idea.
Yeah.
Let's see. Pre-dawn course for 10. Jerry, make sure Beardo has his noise-canceling earmuffs on tonight. You know he's terrified of loud noises like thunder, especially fireworks. He likes the sparklers and smoke bombs, though. That should be a danky skit. Like fireworks going off and Beardo just starts like yelling and screaming. Lord Botha for 199. Don't call me Sith. Call me Sitha. No hard H here. Various crazy people for 5. Sorry, that's the final straw. Jessica Alba on her best day was never in the same universe as Megan Fox. I gotta unsub now. Goodbye.
Nah, man, fuck that. Jessica Alba is hotter. It was always hotter than Megan Fox. Come on, man. Have you never seen Into the Blue? Come on.
Remember Jessica Alba in Sin City?
Yes.
Yeah.
Dude, like Jessica Alba and Into the Blue, though, I'll show the chat. Okay.
You just like that because Paul Walker's in it.
I like Paul Walker, but Jessica Alba's hot as fuck in that movie, man. All right, let's see. Go ahead, keep reading. I'm looking for it now. There's a
I don't want to
really
read
good
this one. Chris Bolts for 10 just learned a new word.
Oh no.
I'm gonna look it up first, just to be good.
Let's see.
All right, I feel like I can read this now.
Are you sure?
Yeah, hold on. I'll put the definition up as I read it, so we're okay. Right there. Chris Bolts for 10 just learned a new word. It's niggle. As a noun, it means a trifling criticism. So when people get tired of Ryan bitching, you can say, Ryan's niggles are getting on my nerves.
I think
Cause slight but persistent annoyance, discomfort, or anxiety. Thank you, Chris. We learned a new word today on Geeks and Gamers.
I think we'll stay away from that one for the most part.
I'm not going to use it in everyday conversation.
Listen, this is for research purposes, okay? You can take the super chat down, okay? Jessica Alba and Into the Blue, okay? Come on. That's a great scene, great cinematography, great camera work, really good camera work in this scene right here. In particular, this scene had really good camera work, really good angles, okay? I just want to celebrate the art of filmmaking, okay? That's all.
B. Barrett for 2 on Rumble. Jeremy forgot to review bomb Coco. It's about a Mexican kid who crosses a border illegally. It actually is about that.
What is it? What did he say?
He said, you forgot to review bomb Coco. It's about a Mexican who crosses a border illegally.
I know. I love that fucking movie. It's so good. It's a fantastic movie.
Orozco for $1. Are you retarded? Deuce X Machina Prime for 10. Happy Independence Day. Thank you, Dusex. Vault 95 survivor for $1, as would say Happy Treason Day, but it's only treason if you lose. So Happy Independence Day. R.I.P. As. Yes, it'll be missed. Ryan for 20. Just watch the latest Angry Joe review of the Acolyte episode 6, and even they are starting to finally get that Disney Star Wars is a huge problem. They tore this show apart. Congrats to Angry Joe. Garfield's Bizarre Adventure for 10. Good news, everyone. My Hollywood spies confirmed drunk 3PO and Star Wars theory were last seen in Kathleen Kennedy's office wearing MAGA hats, demanding an end to wokeness in Star Wars.
Yep.
Unbelievable.
That sounds very believable.
OMG, did Green Jedi have inappropriate relations with Smilo Ren? Is that what happened? I think that they might be like, if she's not the Sith, which I don't think she is, I think that she had a bad at like the Padawan left the Jedi Order because of something like a fight that they got into or like whatever. And maybe she knew that he was dangerous, but never told anybody about it because was too ashamed or whatever. I don't fucking know. Johnny the Wife Beater for 2. Dishwasher's out. Time to snag another one. Andre CR, Geeks and Disabled. Jeremy is gay. Beardo can't read. Ryan has a big forehead. And Simple J.
Pretty much sums it up.
Jeremy and Ryan, I'm going to buy a Switch. What 3 games are must buys? Thanks, says Brer.
Super Mario Odyssey, Metroid Dread, and it's a lot that could be number 3. Undoubtedly Odyssey and Dread, though. Dread's my favorite Switch game. Probably, I mean, it depends on like the multiplayer aspect, because I mean, obviously Mario Kart is an obvious choice. Breath of the Wild, Tears of the Kingdom, but I'm gonna say Odyssey, Dread, Mario Kart.
Warwolf Morrow for 2. Gaming stream at work till 4. Warwolf will be there. That's my knee for 199. I just called him Sith. Thank you. Chris Bolts for 5. We never had a problem with his review bombing nonsense prior to 2015. Pre-down course for 5. Make Beardo play Black Ops 1 tonight to celebrate the 4th. Warwolf wants a rematch. So does Activision password creation. Super Bass for 5. Stay strapped or get clapped. George Washington, probably. Malakot for 5. Best WWF theme song was Ass Man. Denmark Radar for 50. For men, The Hero's Journey, example Luke Skywalker. And for women, The Whore's Journey, example Osha from The Acolyte. Unseen Dimensions for 2. TDS is a crazy phenomenon. Broke Hollywood.
Is that a picture of Amanda Stenberg with her dad?
It is, yeah, her white father.
Jesus Christ. They're fucking hilarious, dude.
Aurora Uplinks for 2. They should just rename Star Wars to Star Women. Anakmamon, happy 4th. I saw Horizon with my dad yesterday. It was excellent. If you haven't seen it, I recommend it. Great movie for the 4th. I want to see it before it leaves theaters.
Yeah, I want to see it too. I want to see it.
Siege. Hello, my fellow cripples. I too am temporarily disabled. What do you have a child? MAGA Sandra, happy 4th of July. MAGA 2024 199.
Hail.
Just Norman for 2. Alba over Fox all day.
Hell yeah.
Rare. Ryan is an N-word lurk. You guys are just trying to get me in trouble.
Yeah.
Anakmamon, Jessica Alba in Sin City made my freshman year. Golden Nuggets for 2. Chuck Norris in Invasion USA. Yes. And Alex Papa, Felon Musk banned me on X. Can't be racist anymore. Sorry about that.
I worked for PewDiePie.
Z Herb for 5. Just being real. Frodo and Sam are a bit gay. I love the films, but yeah, anyway, glad to see you two be the Frodo and Sam of Geeks and Gamers. Thank you. And Bronsonite for $1. Let's address how mindless and shallow dumb broads' attention spans and what they consider entertaining. Fake reality TV drama, hot guys, and baby Yoda garbage. Thank you, Bronsonite. And we're all caught up.
Okay, did you get Rumble?
That was Rumble, yeah.
Oh, that was Rumble. Okay. All right. Well, tonight we're gonna do a square up from Tuesday night's main event. So we'll see all of you over there tonight. I don't have a time yet. I'll get the time, and it'll just be a really chill stream. We'll just kind of hang out, and then maybe we'll do a gaming stream after. I don't know. I have no plan yet. We'll see how the day goes. Let's see. MDNB says, yeah, that screenshot from Molly is real. Sounds about right. Sounds about right.
Jake says, y'all need to grow up and talk about other stuff. You have a children's animated movie for females as your profile picture, Jake.
Yeah.
Just saying.
Stay here, though, Jake. We want you to continue to cry about us. We will eventually make a lot of money off of you.
Justin Martins for 5. Is Beardo Geeks and Gamers situational disability? Jimmy gets a tax break for hiring retarded people. So that might explain some of the hires around here.
That's right.
We won't actually delineate which is who. But David Hand for 10. Who's Megan Fox?
Somebody that's not as hot as Jessica. Somebody that's not as hot as Jessica Alba. And that's just the facts. But thank you guys so much. We appreciate it. Chris Krantz says, Ryan, did you get the shirt?
No, not yet, Chris. It's my bad. I haven't been in my P.O. box.
P.O. boxes are always difficult.
It's annoying because I didn't want it like right by where I fucking live. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I it's a little bit of a drive.
It's also depressing as fuck to go to a fucking post office, man, and lines of people. And it's the worst.
Yeah. Post office people generally suck.
Mm-hmm.
Not the workers themselves, like the people that go there.
Yeah.
Like me.
Let's see. Jake says stop yapping.
We're about to end the stream.
Well, I mean, if he wants us to stay, he can send us some money. Just saying. Enoch Maman, where'd it go? That 5. The best part of having July 4th off is I can watch both Independence Day and The Patriot without having to pick one. Hell yes. All right, guys. Thank you so much. We appreciate it. Super Chat score up tonight. And what do you got going on, Ryan?
Nothing. I don't know what I'm doing today. Oh, I think I'm going on Drinkers, actually, on Open Bar. I think I'm going on Open Bar this week in a couple hours. So
okay. We'll find out. We'll ask the panel that question: who's hotter, Alba or Megan Fox? We'll see what they say.
Knock them on for 2. Alba's still hot. Fox has gone downhill.
It's true. Tis true. All right, guys. Have a great day. Happy 4th of July. Happy Independence Day. And we will talk to you later. Bye, everyone.
Bye.